Next speaker is Lydia Levine, followed by Don Whites.
Good afternoon, councillors, and thank you very much for this opportunity to speak. My name is Lydia Levine. I'm a co-vice chair of the Eglinton Park Residents Association on the board with Tom Cohen. And I've also been working with Councillor Stintz on the working group since its inception about 2 years ago. I speak on behalf of myself and also my neighbour Erin Graben, right next door to me. And we've been working extremely hard together to try and find a solution, not necessarily the perfect building, which is of course what we want, but something that we can live with. We are very emphatic that we should try and find some kind of solution that we can look out of our doors and feel that we've actually made some impact, and it's not impossible for us to live across the road from this building, because indeed across the road we do live, and I'm right across the road from the building. It's for this reason that we've been involved in this amendment process that Terry pointed out to you, and that I would urge you to vote for in the form that it goes ahead. And I only want to address two specific areas of concern. The first is the relationship of the subject lands to the Urban Growth Centre, and the second is public access on Orchard View and Duplex. So to move firstly to the relationship to the Urban Growth Centre, we need to emphasise that the subject property is actually not part of the Urban Growth Centre. Nearby, yes it is, and in an area that should be intensified, yes, but it's not part of the Urban Growth Centre. And I think Anne King put this quite clearly. We have heard certain public officials kind of fudging the lines, rubbing between the two. And I think it was made outside of the Urban Growth Centre for a reason. And when you consider density and height, please be mindful of the actual delineation between the Urban Growth Centre and what's not within the Urban Growth Centre. Because if I can just draw you in a little to the community perception of this, we see this property as a gateway into the community. It's surrounded by 1-, 2-, and 3-story houses to the north, to the west, and to the southwest. So while you might see, well, there's a whole lot of high-rises around it, we actually see the community and the stable neighbourhood that we're trying to integrate it into. And it's for that reason that the step-downs that we've talked about are so vital and so important to the quality of life and the stable neighbourhood. To move on to my second point, which is public access on Orchard View and Duplex. As you know, this development property is directly behind the Young and Eglinton Centre. It's near the TTC. It's next door to the library. It's en route to the North Toronto Community Centre. It's quite a desirable area, if I may say so. Quite close to the shops and everything. And the community generally walks. And I think this is a desirable condition, and we're trying to reduce the number of cars and that type of thing in terms of greening. But it does mean that how the building hits the ground is extremely important, because people perceive it from the ground up. Okay, it's not as if people are looking at it from on high. People are actually walking past. There's an enormous amount of traffic. So for local residents, the shape of the building at the lower levels is very important, and it's for that reason that all the step downs from the tower that Terry articulated are of vital importance to us, and I urge you to consider those very carefully when you make your deliberations. However, the one point I do want to make is that the issue that's still at stake is the setback of the building from the sidewalk. In the current design before you, the developer has incorporated the public land that most of us have as our driveways or parking pads or for our little gardens in the front of our houses. And that has been incorporated into the townhouses, into the gardens. And I think what I'm asking you to do is to not give the developer, not donate to her, not give a public gift to the developer of this public land. I would suggest that you keep that public land for community use, for landscaping, and as a in addition to the sidewalk, so as to enhance the community experience of people using that stripped down Duplex Avenue. And I don't think...
Bring it to a close soon, please.
I don't think it will be very difficult for you to make a fiscally responsible decision to actually keep that public land for the city. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much.